Welcome back to Skate Dad and the Rascal. Today I'm heading back down to Knypersley in Stoke-on-Trent to the mini ramp. I'm hoping to beat the heat this week. Temperature wise, we're looking about 28 degrees, heading up to 35, 36 apparently by the end of the week. So this might be the first and only session that I get in. The plan today is do all the usual stuff and try and progress and try a couple of new things. So please stick around, watch the footage, and I'll see you at the end. Thank you. So dropping in for a practice run this morning, backslash, rock to fakie, tail stall, board slide, fakie rock, went for the 50-50, a little bit short, backslash, rock to fakie, fakie rock, and bailing out, dropping in from the far side, backslash, rock to fakie, and just doing a slow-mo tail stall for my friend, the beefy skater. Just thought I'd slow one down for you. I don't know if that helps. Bit of a board slide, fakie rock, a 50-50, rock fakie, fakie rock. Went for the 50-50 again. Still working on these more basic tricks, and popping out, dropping back in again, went for the 50-50, rock fakie, fakie rock, 50-50, rock fakie, just doing that axle stall and then spin round into tail stall, fakie rock there, and bailing out. An axle drop in backside to a rock fakie to a fakie rock, 50-50, rock to fakie, fakie rock, dropping in again. Pretty decent board slide that time. You can see I'm approaching with more of an angle, getting a better length on that slide, fakie rock, backside axle, to a tail stall, nice pause on that one, and popping out. Axle drop in, rock fakie, fakie rock, 50-50, a little bit of a grind that time, hoping made that nice noise that it makes, fakie rock, and bailing, dropping in. Another half decent board slide, nice and floaty that one, fakie rock, went for the 50-50, probably more of a woolly tap that time, tail stall, 50-50, rock to fakie, tail stall, and popping out. Axle dropping from the opposite side, rock fakie, fakie rock, 50-50. Happy with that one. Dropping back in again and popping out. Try a couple of new things, shall we? So taking these right back to basics, stripping this right back, I'm going to do a series of fakie 180 pivots in the transition, just to get my confidence, being mindful to place a certain amount of weight onto the front truck as I come to the end of the spin, just so when I take this out onto the coping I can get into that rock to fakie position. That was the plan. However, in reality, keeping the board stuck to my feet as I do that fakie 180 spin was quite tricky. It really was. I felt a little bit of a mental barrier trying to get over this one. These didn't feel like they were going particularly well, so I went back and did a series of 360, fakie 360 pivots. I thought that might help. In reality, what I found was for the 360, the fakie 360 pivot, I was in the transition, but for the 180 half cab, I needed to deck the board into a rock fakie position, so I was coming out of the transition for that. So I didn't find the 360 pivots too helpful, although it was good to practice those anyway. So going back to a couple of runs, just to break the monotony of going for the single trick. What sometimes I find helps is to try and add the new trick onto the end of some existing tricks, so you're nice and confident by the time you get to that position and you're not just battering yourself with skate failure. The joys of skateboarding, it's all cool, it's all a learning curve, and if I didn't really enjoy it I wouldn't even be trying it, so it's all good, it's all good. Nice little bit of a backside grind on that one. A rock to fakie, fakie rock, rock to fakie, trying the half cab again, no luck. Just going to do a series of tricks on the flat for a second, a couple of nollie shoves, and then rolling back for an ollie 180, a front pop shove, and a back shove, and a back shove again. Back to business, going for half cabs, drop in, rock fakie, and then just trying to go straight into it. Last try of the day, this is it. Don't feel like I've got close really, just fear, a commitment thing. You know, we do rock fakies all day long, we do fakie 180s, no problem. Soldiering on, rock to fakie, and again going for the half cab. I don't even know if that really counts as a try, to be honest. That was weak. Let's do it again. So definitely feeling the pressure a little bit this morning, having a word with myself, beating myself up a little bit. I do vaguely remember doing these before as a kid when I was about 14, 15 years old. I'd spin these round absolutely no issue. Obviously many years later, these are more of a challenge, more of a mental fight to get these right. I do really love a challenge. I still enjoy the adrenaline of learning these tricks on the skateboard. I have every confidence within a week or a couple of weeks I'll be slamming these round, no problem at all. It is literally just commitment and confidence. A lot of my other tricks I feel are getting much better. I usually find as soon as you start working on something new, it takes the focus away from the older stuff, and those tricks naturally get better. So nice bit of a board slide there, fakie rock, backslash, rock to fakie, tail storm. I think that was a 50-50. Rock fakie, fakie rock, 50-50, tail storm. Probably one more half cab to finish, and I'll see you in a second. Welcome to the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. As I suspected, it was crazy hot down at Knypersley today. I did manage about 90 minutes in the heat, and then I pulled the plug and gave up. A pretty decent battle with half cabs today. I'm sure within the next couple of weeks that board will be glued to my feet, the commitment will be there, and I'll have that trick down. So thanks again, have a wonderful week. Do not melt in this crazy heat, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.